What is going on, everybody? What is up? Good evening. We are now live here for another live post show. This is your NXT New Year's Evil post show. In other words, let's talk NXT here on the Around the Point Network. It is January 2nd, 2024. Almost at 2023. I don't know why, but this is the post show. Now, this was not the thumbnail that I had in mind. I had to literally adjust this not even an hour into the show. This was the original graphic that I had, more, more cleaner, if you will. And this was the one that I had to update because of the news that went during the show. But what's going on, everyone? I am Steve, and I am that Peruvian Fight CV extraordinaire. And from the looks of it, I'm going dolo here. I'm going solo on this one. But if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media, wherever it is that you share videos and all that fun stuff. You could also, while you're at it, hit the bell notification. You will be notified whenever it is that we go live here on the channel. You'll be notified when we go live, right? And all that stuff. And also, if you are feeling generous here, you can leave us a super chat. It does help out the channel as well. Also, we launched our members tier. So if you want to become a member, $2.99 a month, and you get all the perks, such as, if I have the graphic here right now, 1 second here. All the perks that come with it is you get priority reply to all your comments. You get to be part of the ATP gaming roster. You will be you can join us as well on the watch along editions of the throwback that we'll be doing every 2 weeks here on the channel, and as well for special members only streams and all that stuff. So and more perks to come in. So this is the post show to NXT New Year's Evil 2024. I'll be honest with you, going into this show, I didn't really have that much expectations, but coming out of it, I'll be honest, I was kind of let down, being that I thought we were gonna get Carmelo Hayes. My bad. We were gonna get. I thought we were gonna get. To be honest with you, I thought we were gonna get Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams for the NXT Championship, and get this reveal, right, that it was Carmelo Hayes this entire time, and that didn't happen. Somewhere during the show, they had Kelly Kincaid make the announcement that Ilya Dragunov did not pass the medical, so doctors are not going to clear him. So basically, Trick Williams' title match was going to be put on hold for now. So that was kind of a bummer, to be honest with you. And again, man, if you're Trick Williams, you hear this shit, man. Fuck! No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But the show overall, I thought it was okay. That was an okay show. Let me know your thoughts in the comment threads. What did you like? What did you not like about the show? And all that fun stuff as well. So the show kicked off with a women's match between Blair Davenport versus Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. This match went about 8 minutes and change. I thought the match was okay. Just a good back and forth. They had moments where you thought, Blair Davenport could have won. But when it was all said and done, Lyra Valkyria picked up the win. There's a moment in the match where they're on the outside, and Blair's going to go for like this running knee where Lyra Valkyria was literally like on the side of the announcer's table, and Blair went knee first into it. It looked like, she really fucked up her leg there, but not really. And that's where obviously Lyra took the momentum and she got the win. And it looked like after the match, Lola Vice was going to cash in her women's breakout star contract that she won to become the NXT Women's Champion. She came out with a referee, and then Tatum Paxley came out and made the save. This made Elektra Lopez come out, and then they were brawling, that being Lara Valkyria and Tatum Paxley against Lolo Vice and Electro Lopez. Um, they're all going at it here. Um, so yeah, they're still doing this whole thing where Tatum Paxley is like protecting the champion, even though Lyra seems creeped out about it. Even though we saw that later on in the night. I'm sorry, we saw it later on in the night. Read some comments here. What's going on, Armand? What's up? How are you? I still think that Tony Khan avatar is funny as all hell. Chris Leclerc writes here, hashtag heel Roxanne Perez. Or is she? Maybe she's not. What's going on, Spaz Phoenix? What's good, bro? What's going on? And of course, I'm just calling you Daru. Writes here, cool. That's cool, brother. Appreciate that. We did see cool later on in the night, of course. But overall, from the looks of it, there's still going to be this whole toss-up of who's going to challenge for the title, right? Which is funny because you look back, what was it at the what was the last PLE that NXT had? What was it? Deadline, right? They had this whole thing where Cora Jade looked like she wanted a piece of the champion. So like that's another layer to all this as well. So just keep that in mind as we're going through with this. But again, overall, I think that the women's division right now looks pretty good. And I look forward to seeing what comes of all this in 2024, that being the division itself. Like I mentioned before, they mentioned the news that Ilya Dragunov couldn't go. He was out. They wouldn't clear him. The doctors there would not clear him. So the match with Trick William will be put on hold for a later date. And that's kind of a bummer, like I mentioned, because that's kind of the reason why I was looking forward to this show, to see finally the big reveal, that something that we already knew, that Carmelo Hayes is the one. He's the one. God damn it, he's the one. Knew it all along, but yeah, didn't happen. Didn't happen here. So we got the LWO of Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, and Carlito to take on team no quarter catch crew of Damon Kemp, Drew Gulak, and Miles Bourne. This match also went about 8 minutes. I didn't think anything bad about this match. I thought it was an okay. There's this one moment in the match where Joaquin Wilde goes for a ride, bro. He went for this wild ride. They had him on the apron. They're on the apron, and he's on the ropes. And Carlito and Cruz del Toro springboard. They springboard him, and he goes flying like halfway through this, like almost like the halfway part of the NXT stage, and he lands on Gulak, Kemp, and Miles Bourne. Again, people were going crazy for Carlito. Sucks that he still has that theme song that all of us, I know for a fact, are not into, right? Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? And eventually, yes, LW got the win. Like, you really thought that the main roster talent were going to lose on NXT. It wasn't happening here. That was not the case at all. So from there, we go to Ariana Grace versus Roxanne Perez. This match went about 5 minutes and 9 seconds. I thought this was fine for what it was, because I'll be honest with you, going into this, I'm like, okay, you're going to have to give Ariana Grace a bone here. I'm not saying she has to go out there and beat Roxanne Perez, clean, but by any means necessary, give her a win, right? And the match, for what it was, it was a short match. Let's just be clear on that. It looked like obviously Roxanne had the win, right? She hit the pop rocks for the win. And then after this, right, Ariana Grace tells her that she needs therapy or help or something like that. And that makes Roxanne snap. And she goes on the attack. Even though she won the match, she's still on the attack on Ariana Grace. And referee trying to get involved and break this up. Booker T on commentary isn't happy about this at all. And the referee's like, you know what? I'm reversing the decision. Instead, Ariana Grace got the win instead of Roxanne Perez. So this is still going to go on from the looks of it. which is fine. I mean, are we really clamoring to see Roxanne Perez go for the title right now? No, I think a lot of us feel that Roxanne Perez is on her way. It's only a matter of when. And likely she'll make another appearance in the Women's Royal Rumble. So we'll see how that goes as well. After this, we had another women's match. We had Fallon Henley versus Tiffany Stratton in a ranch hand or servant for a day match. So basically, in this match, they play the video, what led to the match, right? And I thought it was very good. They told you the story of these two women, how it goes back into 2023. They don't like each other. You go back to that Halloween episode where Fallon Henley dressed up like Tiffany Stratton and all that stuff. And, again, Tiffany Stratton had a very good year for herself, right? She was the champion, defended the title, had two good matches with Becky Lynch. So she had a very good year for herself, And this match, the way this went is the loser, right? The loser had to be basically the work person for the winner. So in this case, had Fallon Henley won, which she did, Tiffany Stratton would be the ranch hand, basically doing all the deeds in the ranch for Fallon Henley. And if Fallon Henley would have won, she would have been the servant for Tiffany Stratton. The match itself went 9 minutes. I'm not saying this was an all-time classic because it really wasn't. But for what they were able to do here, I thought it was okay. There's a moment where it looked like Tiffany Stratton was going to have the win. She went for the best moonsault that she does, the prettiest moonsault that she does, right? And it got countered. And that's where Fallon Henley caught the momentum, and she did pick up the win for her. She did pick up the win. So because of all this, Tiffany Stratton is now the ranch hand for Fallon Henley. So there's that. Roxanne Perez wasn't even pinned to those her NXT champ. Even pinned, I guess to, I guess she wasn't pinned to lose the title. That's true, but I mean, time will tell. We'll get there when we get there, right? From there, also by the way, they played videos. Obviously, we had an interview with who's the fucking dude from the Brawling Brutes here, Ridge Holland. He was interviewed. He's back at NXT. He wants redemption to refine himself, which is fine. I mean, nothing crazy here. They had also on Twitter, they had Shawn Michaels tweet out that a former NXT champion was on the way because this person wanted to watch the main event very closely. Now, if you guys saw Twitter, right? People were going crazy. People were speculating, right? People were speculating that Andrade, who is also a former NXT champion, right, was going to show up and be there, right? Oh my God, Andrade on NXT? How could they, right? I kind of had the feeling it wasn't going to be Andrade. Hence why when everybody was posting on Twitter, like in the replies, the gif of said wrestler, I put Bobby Roode. Did that mean that Bobby Roode was going to be there? No, but I just had him in there for the sake of having him in there. But we'll get to that when we get to that near the end. Okay. Also, they played a video package for the two guys that were in the what's it called? The NXT Breakout Tournament Final. Obafemi and Riley Osborne. I thought it was pretty good. I thought their match itself was pretty fun. For what it was. The match went about almost 10 minutes. You had Thea Hale and Kiana and oh my goodness, yo. Oh my good. What's this girl's name? I'm gonna seriously have a fucking brain fart right now. Someone help me out in the chat here. And hold up here. And JC Jane, there you go. JC Jane. There you go. You had them both, sitting in the Chase U section, cheering on Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne had a good showing. He tried to use his speed for his advantage here, but Obafemi was just way too much, bro. Too much. He looks like he's gonna be a big time player down the road. He has the look. But obviously, Obafemi did get the win, picked up the win, and he's now the NXT breakout star. So where they go from here, who knows? But obviously, Obafemi does get a shot at a future. He gets a shot at a future championship. Does that mean it's the NXT title? Is it the North American title? Or could it be the fucking the Heritage Cup? I don't fucking know. Only time will tell on this one. Only time will tell. But I look forward to seeing where they go from here with that. I look forward to seeing it. Um, we also found out that next week was going to be the return of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So you had teams like forming, right? You saw backstage. You saw backstage, right? Axiom and Nathan Frazier forming a team, right? Even though they were kind of already a team in some way, but not really. But they're like, oh, we're going to team up here. We're going to unite. And mind you, all this is happening. Uh, you have Brooke Jensen, who was part of a trio, right? It was him, Josh Briggs, and Fallon Henley, and they went their own separate ways, right? They went their separate ways, and you see Brooke Jensen just sitting there in the background, and you could tell it's getting to him because again, he was part of a group. Dusty Classic, you need a partner. And it kind of reminded me of when Wes Lee, right? When he lost his opportunity at the North American title, right? And you had Mello and Trick in the locker room, and Wesley was literally in the background. And I kind of got that vibe almost, but not to that extent to where, oh my God, I'm dying to see, Brooke Jensen in the ring. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not saying that, but again, I'm just not, you know. What's Von Wagner doing? What the fuck is Von Wagner doing? I'm just saying, okay? You also had, was it Baron Corbin trying to form a team here with Braun Breaker? That's another guy who they're just, like, if you're Braun Breaker, like, bro, what are we doing? Get this guy on the main roster. Armand writes here, I thought Andrade will be the LW surprise before Carlito came out. I believe Andrade will be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. I'm on that same boat there too, man. I think at this point, let's be real. Are we really going to put Andrade on NXT as a surprise? Can you imagine the uproar the internet would have? Oh, how dare they put Andrade on NXT? This is an outrage. This is terrible. Oh my God, Andrade in the mud. Oh, forget it. People would have lost their minds, bro. People would have lost their minds. We also got backstage. Um, what was it? Fallon Henley being creeped out by not Fallon Henley. Lara Valkyrie being creeped out by Tatum Paxley, and all that stuff as well. Hey, what's going on, Dolores? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is well. I think I covered mostly everything before the main event here. Let me just check here real quick because you never know, right? You just never know, right? You just never know, right? Just making sure here. So yeah, like I mentioned before, right? So I mentioned this, Ilya Dragunov Amy was not going to be the one to defend the title against Carmelo Hayes. So we had Grayson Waller show up to interrupt Mello and Trick, and Mello basically in this whole thing put Trick's number one contender spot on the line in this whole thing. And again, Trick wasn't happy about it. Like, why are you putting my title match on the line in this situation? Doesn't need to be this way. And again, it's just one of those things where, Mello, is like, hey man, it's Trick Mello gang, I know you got this. And even though Trick told him he doesn't want him there at ringside, we got to the match. Got to the match. Trick Williams versus Grayson Waller. I thought this was a very good main event. Again, it's it's one of those things where you're putting Trick Williams, who all right, he's getting all this reaction, right? Whenever he comes out, he has a new T-shirt on WWE Shop. Um, People just shouting, whoop that Trick, and Booker T is doing the lines on commentary, right? Yeah, gotta like it. Uh huh. Yeah, that's right. What have you? Um, Trick is on his way, right? So you want to have him go up against guys who were already there at one point. In this case, Grayson Waller, right? And get the rub in some way. Get the rub, right? Uh, from someone who was once there, an alumni, or what have you. And I thought this match was okay. Right, it was very good back and forth. And again, I'm wondering, where is this former NXT champion? When is this person going to come out? Right? What's happening here? Right? Um, didn't happen at all. Until later on in the match, because Carmelo Hayes came out and got on the apron. It looked like we are gonna get the big reveal. That it's happening here. The big reveal is happening right here. No, instead, Kevin Owens came in, and everyone went pop crazy, like, oh. That's the problem, and this is the shit that I hate about this crowd. They react to everything. So when Owens came out, we didn't see him on the camera right away. Like, he came in through the crowd. So people were just jumping, like, oh my God, this is huge. And I'm like, okay, something big has to happen here. It was Kevin Owens. Listen, I love Kevin Owens. Okay. You guys know me. You guys been following me for so long. You guys know I love Kevin Owens. He's the man. Okay. Years ago on this channel, he used to be the intro to my YouTube channel back in the day, back when this was just Heel Steven, right? He was the intro. But it did not deserve this big of a reaction. I think the problem is sometimes the people at the Performance Center overreact to everything. They got to tone it down, okay? But he punched Grayson Waller. He got back in the ring, and Trick picked up the pieces and got the win. So Trick Williams got the win. You see Carmelo just standing out at ringside, cheering on, what have you. And that's how they closed the show. Overall, I thought NXT this week the show was all right. Okay. I'm not going to say, oh my God, this was, nothing like that. But I do hope that the brand itself does good in 2024. I didn't mention this earlier. I know I forgot to mention, so I'll mention this right now as well. Also during the show, I forgot to mention this. It involves Chase U. It looked like JC Jane's going to take over, because it's going to be Riley Osborne and Duke Hudson in the Tag Team Classic. Also, I think next week is OTM getting a title shot against the Tony D'Angelo and Stax. So there's that too. And I think they also have a new member in their family. I think her name is Adriana Rizzo. Adriana, right? Adriana Rizzo, something like that. So that was NXT overall as a whole. All right. We didn't get Ilya versus Trick Williams. It's gonna happen though. I think somewhere down the line, probably at their next NXT PLE, likely at Saint Vengeance Day. Who knows? Probably that's when it'll happen. All right. But until then, we're still wondering here, when will this reveal happen, right? Does it even matter at this point? I don't know. All right. But that was NXT overall as a whole. Listen, I would have done this review tomorrow, but being that tomorrow I'll be at Dynamite at Prudential Center, I'm doing this now. Okay. It was supposed to be me and Mike, but I guess today I'm going solo on this one. But nevertheless, it is what it is. In case you guys missed it, we were live early in the day. We did a live Steve's Kitchen where myself, Chase, and Mike, we gave our thoughts on The Rock returning on Monday Night Raw last Monday. Well, last night, that is, right? And him calling out Roman Reigns, the head of the table. And where does this leave Cody? And all that stuff. We also, by the way, on Saturday, this past Saturday, after World's End, we did a post show. So make sure you guys, when y'all get a chance, go check that out as well. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the bell notification. Be notified when we go live and upload all that stuff. Coming in 2024, once a month, we will have an episode of the Throwback where we will be recapping shows from back in the day and reviewing and all that stuff. Also, while you're at it as well, I believe starting this Thursday, unless it's still a best of, which I'm hoping it's not, but I think it is. But if it's not the best of, it will be the debut episode of Impact Breakdown, where I'll be reviewing Impact Wrestling live on the air here once the show goes off the air. All right. But that's going to be it for me. All right. Again, if you have not yet, if you guys want to join the members tier, $2.99 a month, you get all these perks that you see. Priority reply to comments, ATP gaming roster. You get to join us you get to be part of the stream, literally. The throwback watch along that we'll do every 2 weeks here on the channel. Every 2 weeks we'll do that. And then also you get to be join in our special members only stream that we'll do once in a while here as well. So again, all this for $2.99 a month. Want to thank all the members that we have so far, and hopefully all y'all who are members or who are gifted memberships, when it's all said and done, you guys can stick around and all that stuff as well. All right. You guys can follow the Around the Point Network on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Want to thank you all for tuning in. As always, I'm Steve, and I will see you guys on the next one, y'all. For myself, for the gang, this has been Let's Talk NXT, the post show to NXT New Year's Evil 2024. I'll see you guys Thursday for Sab. But if you see me at Prudential tomorrow, feel free to say what's up. All right. But that's going to be it here on the channel. Who knows? Maybe the boys will go live for ATP Raw. Who knows? I got to talk with them. But if anything, the next time you will see me is on Thursday on SAD. And I'll see you all then. This has been Let's Talk NXT here on the Around the Point Network. Peace out, everybody.